Here we go. Brother, here we are. It's the time of the year again, the end of every year, where many of the people procrastinate by saying, "Oh, I'm gonna start next year." We don't do that here. You already know that. We execute as soon as possible. We don't wait for the perfect timing. We've never been waiting for the perfect timing. We've been taking action early on as we get the desire to. We don't wait for the perfect time. We don't wait for anything. We take the action, the small action. We fail there. We get back up again. We learn and we take even more better action. Speed. It's that time of the year again. There are many people out there partying, doing degenerate stuff right now. Going to the club, eating all those junk foods. Yeah, it's fine if you want to enjoy yourself at this time of the year, but there are people getting drunk out there. People of your age. We're not just talking about adults here. You know how modern this world has become. There is a last section of people who actually is improving their life, although you're seeing them everywhere. But again, it's like you're not seeing those people who are not improving their life. Because I know for a fact that these days people are going to the gym and all of that. People are going to the gym, you're seeing on Instagram, a lot of people are starting to use gym content and all that. But at the same proportion, there's a larger amount of people growing exponentially in numbers who are living the degenerate lifestyle, who are living at their shittiest lives, who wants to improve their life but they cannot. There are people out there. Extreme Reset Day 29. Congratulations for reaching Kindle here, young man. By now, you are a warrior. So, where do we start? What are you grateful for? You know what? I'm grateful for the drink I had today. Just right now, because I was thirsty as fuck. That cup of water, bro, made me, satisfied. Because before I said thirsty, right? Wrong word maybe, because, people have kind of sexualized the word thirsty. Pause. But, literally, I was thirsty. So I am grateful for that. And I am also grateful for the time with kids. I was playing around with kids, my cousins. Again, boss, I don't know what you're thinking. Cut that shit off. We're just having fun with kids, we're laughing around and all that, just pure innocence. Just spending time with them is like gives you another motivation, another kind of energy to get back to your work and, go do it over again, do it all over again. So I'm grateful for that. And one way that I can improve my life from today is, you know, I've talked about how I'm not like living to my true authentic self in real, in a sense that there is a fear, there is a constraint blocking me because I don't want to suddenly show that, yeah, I am a YouTuber or some shit to my people around me, not only my parents. So I gotta do it slowly. This is how I can improve. Changing slowly in a way that I'm subtly, you know, becoming more to my authentic self. One way I can do this is like, give more of advices, leading the way through my people without any, constraints and fear. Through my people, I mean to say in my real life, my friends and my family, my cousins. And that is something that I can do. Not all of a sudden, but slowly and steadily every single day. That is what we're thinking about when we talk about how can we be better. So I'm gonna give you like 10 seconds right now. Just think about how you can be better today. Just small things. So Recently, I've learned about for a fact that we shouldn't think with our emotions. This is something that I've been like struggling with most of my life. I've always thought with my emotion. I wanted to fab, so I fabbed. Crazy. Although there are a lot of ways that I made choices in my life through my emotions, the one specific choice that I always kind of like regretted, was resentful of, was fapping because I felt like it. Fapping because my dick got horny. Because I think this one is very important to understand here. Like, your emotions, they come and go. I've said this all the time, and it's very, very true. And here's the thing, once you master your emotion, you can like transmute it. So, right now, you are a teenager, somewhat young age. You have this energy inside of you, this sexual energy that comes all of a sudden due to puberty. If you could use that energy, bro, you would be fucking beast. Your stamina, your performance in work, your performance in your workout will exponentially increase. That's what I've been facing in my life after I'm doing nofap. It's been like what, more than 150 days I did in fab. And it was hard, it was a fucking struggle at first. Like, I remember like watching porn and fapping. Even in this year. I'm not gonna lie, yeah, that was the truth. Slowly changing my identity through my environment, the people I spend time with, raising my standards, working out, and increasing my self esteem to the point where I have self-respect for myself. And then over time, failing and learning from my mistake, I made progress, specifically about nofap. And I'm on my way up. This is just the beginning. I've learned a lot from 2023. I've learned a bunch of shits. It could be like a movie by now. I've already posted like a content on my Instagram. It is about essentially like my 2023. I did this 69 days challenge. It ended yesterday. Today is day 31. It ended yesterday. Fucking accomplishment. It's like having second Christmas in December. It's like I'm having Christmas two times in December. The feeling of accomplishment in and of itself just exponentially increased my self-esteem. Here is the winning effect in its early stage. Now this all happened because I didn't lean into my emotions. You feel stressed, so guess what? You are meant to feel stress. Because the thing about stress specifically is that stress is a reaction of your body that signals you that, yeah, you need to change your life. You need to do something about your life. This isn't right. Your body has this mechanism to respond to it. So whenever you feel stress, be grateful for it, first of all. Accept it. Don't try to change it. Accept that stress because at least you're feeling it. Most people go about their life not even feeling that they need to change their life, not even feeling stressed about your life. You only feel stress. I'm telling you right now, you only feel stress when you know there is something better. Because there could be a guy who does shit in his life, achieves nothing, does all the bad work, procrastinates, doesn't understand his potential, therefore he doesn't even feel stress. You feel stress when you know there is a potential, when you know there's a life better life ahead of you. Be grateful for it, embrace that stress. Because after all, it's like the law of conservation of energy. Energy cannot be destroyed nor created, it can only be transformed from one form to another. So whenever your energy is focused on certain emotions like anger, stress, sadness, just divert your attention to your work. You know how you do that? Through simply your small action. If you felt stressed, but if you overcame the inertia to do your work anyway and study anyway, your stress will be converted into this study. Although many people think that they cannot study because they feel stressed or depressed, it's quite the opposite. The main struggle lies in like overcoming the inertia. You gotta stop thinking with your dick, man. You gotta stop that. I know it's hard, you get horny sometimes. You just want to, fuck something. Understandable. I've been there. I'm still the same type of person. I mean, like I still am doing nofab, but I still am that same horny person. It's just that I'm able to make choices more of like rationally instead of emotionally and just leaning into pleasures and all that. I still am a young horny man, just like you. But specifically about horniness, I think this is the huge energy, the majority of the emotion that we have, horny, sexual desire. So it's not sadness, depression anymore. You're horny even though you're sad. You're horny even though you're stressed. I mean, like, that's the truth, right? That's the truth. That's the fact. And once you get to control it, it's amazing. It's amazing where you can get to. If I still live to my same old lifestyle, it's like, what, 5 months since I fabbed. I would have saved like 3 months, 150 hours. I mean, I would have wasted 150 hours by fabbing alone, approximately so far. But because I didn't, I saved 150 hours. That's why I'm getting better in my, YouTube. I'm getting better in my talking. I'm getting better in my studies, in my clarity, in my relationships. Although YouTube, the way I present on YouTube is just like the 20% of the results that I'm getting in real life. You, like, bro, don't be surprised if you see exponential results after you get on NoFap and successfully do it. I thought of getting into, stress, depression, and all that, but it's like once you fix your mental health, you get rid of all those negative emotions, considering stress and all that. You start getting horny because now you're not feeling all those negative emotions. And once you get to control your horniness, everything gets in line. Your life gets organized more than ever. You have a sense of clarity of where you are gonna head to, or maybe at least what you want to do right now. Even though it may be a lot of desires, you get to specifically choose it. You gain control over your life more than ever, and that is sweet. Right now, it is 10:42 a.m. It's gonna be New Year's soon, 2024. I want to talk about this concept of From the Male Advantage, a book I read almost like a year ago, at the beginning of this year. It's about the calendar effect. The calendar effect. Calendar is just a paper. It just, tells you an indication of which month it is, which may be good, but it's like at the grand scheme of things, you cannot always rely on your calendar. I've already talked about this in my video. Your calendar is a scam on my older videos. I'm grateful I talked about that because it's a fact. Here's the thing, when you're depending on your calendar a lot, it's like you become a shell of a man. You don't live up to your potential. It's almost like you wake up early in the morning, you check your time. Oh, it's still 5 a.m. Let me go back to sleep because 5 a.m. isn't the time to wake up. No. You know what a hardworking masculine man does at that point? He wakes up, he checks the time, it's 5 a.m. This is very unusual because usually he is asleep at 5 a.m. But he wakes up anyways because fuck it. He already woke up. The calendar, the time isn't gonna fool him. Because he was waking up because he feel active. But he didn't go to bed like majority of the people would after looking at the time and getting all lazy again because the time is very early. It fucks up with your mentality. It has a huge influence with how you feel, your calendar, your time. You probably felt this before. Maybe, one time I used to, make music. I used to kind of like be a producer. I used to learn how to make music from FL Studio. For the whole day, I made a music, a very cool sounding beat, drums, music. I'm adding all the piano, and oh yeah, I'm like nodding my head. Yeah, I'm like using my headphones, and it's amazing. It was during the lockdowns. After I'm done with it, I open the door so that I can go outside and pee. And guess what? It's already dark. It's already 6 p.m. I thought it was like 2 p.m. I thought it was still afternoon. It's already 6 p.m. And all that energy that I had, it all drained because I'm looking at the outside. It's like dark. It kind of like affects me. The time affects me. Part of masculinity. No, not even a part of masculinity. A huge part of masculinity is like the ability to be unwavered, to be unchanged, no matter what the circumstances is, no matter if it's New Year, no matter if it's the beginning of the month, no matter if it's at the end of the month, you stay the same. So let me ask you this question right now. What is same for you? Because it may be different for every one of us. What is that authentic side of you? Who are you? That's where we get deep into who are you. Are you that hardworking type of person? Is that your default mode? You know, in video games and in settings, we have like this default mode where you just get it already, even though you are not making any changes. You just get this default setting. What is your default mode right now? Because you could change it, you could make it better, you could make it worse, depending on what your goal is. But there is a default mode in you. When you are masculine, you are unchanged. And this is not only about masculinity, not restricted to men alone. It's like just the ability to be unchanged is masculine. I think this is where it is, where the main source is. When you having this ability to be unchanged, no matter what you feel, no matter if you feel horny, you don't think with your dick. You don't make choices with your dick. You gotta listening to your dick, man. Because your dick is gonna get horny, man. Every single morning, every single night, every single day, yes. You cannot stop that if you're a healthy person, yes, of course. You have to learn to conquer it. It takes time. You fail again and again. You get up again and again over time. You see, it was all worth it. Here I am. I'm not trying to boast right now, but at least try to understand, bro. I was at your spot before. I used to jerk off every single day. My highest was like 8 times a day in 24 hours. Fucked up. It was around the year of Christmas, maybe some 2 years ago. But now here I am. I'm gonna enter a new year, and I haven't fact for more than 150 days, maybe even almost 200 days. My identity has changed drastically in this month. It was all because even if I fell into temptation, even if I gave in to my dick, I'm following and listening to my dick, even if that happened, I got back up. I know this is not like a big success right now. I didn't become a millionaire or anything just yet. But this sets me up this momentum. And again, I'm not trying to be arrogant or something, but like get kind of like pissed off, like really get pissed off of me, because here I am, I'm like being able to control my dick, and while you are out there still jerking off your dick every single time, saying that it's gonna be the last time. This is the time for change. You cannot escape the hard work, you cannot escape the failures that ahead of you. The identity change is quick, man. It was because I was able to sacrifice the short-term pleasures for the long-term ones. Practicing delayed gratification, doing the hard work in that very moment instead of falling into the easy peasy, feel good moments, pleasures, and gratification. followed up by discipline and dopamine detox. Even though on like October of this year, I got like very, very sick due to malaria and typhoid combined. Fucking mosquitoes, bro. Even though that happened, I still got back on track. I'm stronger than ever. I'm in the best shape of my life. If there is anything that you want help with, like just hit me up on Discord or something. I'll be like very, very ready to help you. To set yourself up for long term. I've already talked about this. Like, the 2 minute rule, do it anyway, and the making it easy. But once you're done with that, it's all a part of your identity. I thought of giving you this cool productivity tactics and all that, but it's like everything is a part of your identity. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's easier to say that you are the average of the 5% you spend time with. But how do you decide those 5%? Let me tell you how. You gain self respect. Self respect is where it all starts. I heard like a quote when I was a kid. If you want to be respected, respect yourself. If you want others to respect you, respect yourself. I know, as a child, it never made sense to me, but when you're growing up, it makes sense more than ever. Yeah, sure. Keep that in mind. Props to my nursery teacher, kindergarten teacher, bro. So, identity is influenced by the people you spend time with, the people around you. The social pool is gonna be strong. Some of my cousins, they play like video games, which is fine for them because maybe their goal is not to quit video game or some shit. Fine, that's their own values. Like, I could still lead the way and all that. Sure, I still feel a huge pull of playing video games when I'm around them, but I choose to hold my standard up, not just fall into easy peasy pleasures unless it is like very much necessary. But I don't just indulge in it. Where I'm getting here, it's about the self-respect that you build. I'm not sure when it was, but I think it was like day before yesterday. We ran a fucking midnight run. Things like that, doing hard work, sacrificing short-term gains for the long-term gains, finding the sweet spot to do so. Because if you sacrifice too much of the short term for the long term gain, you might be old by then to enjoy all the benefit anyways. But if you again sacrifice too less in the short term, you might not even get much in the long term. So you must find a sweet spot. Think about that for a second, because that is a big explanation that I've just given you there. Things like this hard work, this sacrifice, this increases your standard. And one practice that I think have really helped me is to get brainwashed by your own words. Think about the last time you were disciplined, because no matter how shitty you are, you probably had times in your life when you were disciplined. I want you to think about that, repeat that word, tell yourself that you're disciplined, because this changes everything. I've recorded my voice like some couple of months ago, and I listen to that every single day, and that has changed my identity a lot. I was thinking like, man, how did I change so fast in these past couple of months? And I'm like, that affirmation, that audio recording might just be the reasons, might just be a huge part of the reason, might just be the catalyst of the change. And I've stopped listening to it, and then my identity is like, yeah, going back to normal. But then I got into this habit of affirmations again. Record yourself telling yourself about good shit like, I am confident. I am a strong motherfucker. I did that workout yesterday. It was super hard. I'm gonna do it again. My muscles are recovering. My testosterone is getting higher. I'm doing good in my grades. I love my families. My family love me. I am abundant. I am rewarded with wealth. My future self is rewarded with wealth. I'm getting all the money. I am a money magnet. All doesn't matter if it's cringy. All of those weird stuff that you think will help you, what is convenient to you, affirm it. Use the word I am. What you are. What do you want to become? Use it and listen to it. Subconsciously, it's kind of registered to your brain, and you may you wouldn't know the difference when you listen to it. You may just bullshit yourself and tell it, oh yeah, it's kind of affecting, but you know for a fact it's not affecting. But behind everything, inside your brain, at the deepest corners of your brain, the change is happening slowly and slowly. Your subconscious mind, even though you don't realize it consciously because you never can, is picking up on the new messages you are feeding yourself. Slowly, slowly, you become this new identity. Or maybe if it's not changing you, you at least maintain it. And that in and of itself is huge. People gets worse. Okay, people don't even get to maintain their identity after getting the momentum of doing those hard work. They fall back. Once you do the hard work, increase your self-esteem by doing your hard work, increase your self-respect by increasing your self-esteem. And once you keep holding that identity through affirmations and all of those small wins and small evidence that makes you the person that you want to become, your best self, then you can't help but spend time with better people. There are a lot of ways to do this. Maybe you have your old friends. I'm not telling you to cut the ties because, if it's like childhood friends, it may mean a lot to you. I understand. But you choosing to spend time with them could still be like your choice. It's in your hand. If you're not spending time with them, if you choose not to spend time with them, but spend time with your, fathers or some shit like that, some people who are at higher level who you can relate to, and if they still kind of like get bothered by that, then it's time to end the friendship, whatever it is. But if it's like they're still okay with that and you're still able to have connection with them, and it's all like good mutual understanding and all of that, then it's fine. But think who you can spend yourself time with. Who are the people that you can spend yourself time with? Who you can spend time with, essentially. Because that changes everything. It may be your adults, it may even be your parents. Because your parents are wise. They have lived in this world. They know shits that you don't. You want to open the third eye chakra, right? The third eye, right? Your parents has already opened it. You may not know it, but they are wise as fuck, basically. So find this just people. It doesn't have to be like a random online stranger who is making a lot of money online. It doesn't have to be those networking. Just find it in your home, because it all starts in your home. Maybe they may not know how to make money online like your goal is, but at least they know the strong values. They have respect for themselves. They don't fall into instant gratification. They do their hard work. Your parents, they do their hard work. The adults, they do it. Spend time with them. At first it's gonna be very irrelevant because you're gonna be the only youngest one among the social group, but then it's like small changes. That's what we're talking about. And it's always worth it, rather than just staying same with those loser friends of yours. But at the end of the day, you want to lead the way for them. It all starts in you, though. It all starts with you. It's gonna take time, I know. I'm just gonna tell it straight to you. It's not an easy fix. It's always worth it. Happy New Year, brother. It's 2024. And as much as you want to celebrate and all that, get back to work. I know no one will say this to you. So let me be the first one, bro. Improve your life. One step at a time. Always.